Good morning and happy Friday. You guys know sometimes we have this lightning issue, sometimes we don't. I feel like it's not a big deal and I'm not going to worry about it. As long as I can see you guys, as long as you can get this information, as long as we can converse and bring your pens, your pads, and we're going to have a conversation this morning. We're going to talk. You're on the Facebook group. If you're on IG as well, you know, I always say, drop a heart, show some love, say good morning, what's up to your girl. I gotta tell y'all how my morning been going, but I'm gonna get into that later. So, you guys know I always like to say before we connect on these social media platforms, and try to help other people out, connect with other people, bring some real live, great, dope energy that we need. We have to first and foremost say our prayers. We have to speak some affirmations. And guys, lastly, we need to make an impact on somebody else after we've poured into ourselves. Give me a second. So did you guys get that? First and foremost, you should have said your prayers. You should have spoke some affirmations into your life, into yourself. And then lastly, we want to figure out how to make an impact on somebody else's life. Why? Because it's necessary. Everybody needs somebody in some shape or form. I know I do. I hope you would admit that you do as well. So if you're just coming on, drop a heart, show some love, drop emoji, drop your name, tell us where you're from. So we're gonna get started. All right, guys, we should be ready. I'm ready. I hope y'all ready. Good morning. I'm your girl, Finance Muslima. I am your licensed life insurance agent in the states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Connecticut, New Jersey. I said Jersey, Connecticut, North Carolina, South Carolina. I am your financial coach. I am all things mindset and money. If this is your first time coming through the morning money room, you don't really know what's going on, you're taking a peek, just drop a heart and show some love. Send somebody some love because we need it. Spread some love, drop some love, say good morning, your name, where you're from. We have a few people jumping in. Coach Jai Smalls, good morning. So, what I've noticed, oh, for you guys too, before I jump in, you guys that ordered Mindset and Money Game Planners, they will be on the way. Okay, we got a shipment in yesterday. They will be on the way. I'm super excited about that. Thank you guys always for the patience. You guys rock. And yeah, so thank you for that. We're going to be getting out the new orders very soon. Be a little bit patient. Keep checking your emails and your mail. The Mindset and Money Game Planners are on the way. If you're on Facebook, if you're on the Facebook group, drop a heart, share some love, say your name, where you're from. And guys, don't be afraid to converse. Like, don't be afraid to, you know what I mean? Drop a comment, say something. Y'all love comment on people's pictures, especially gossip. Y'all love to go back and forth. Post something about a debate and see how many comments you get, okay? Drop some love and just say what's up, guys. Don't be peeking and lurking, coming through. You trying to see what's up. If you're in the mindset and money game room, I mean the morning money room, then you already know what I'm doing over here. We dropping knowledge, we helping each other, we conversing, we building a community. we're getting resources, and we're making changes in our life. So that's what we're doing over here. I want to, before I jump in and talk about the money management webinar, before I talk about all of these things, I want to first speak on something that I have learned to do that has tremendously changed my life. Guys, this is the month of May. This is May 28th. If you've gotten an email from me, you know I've been going really hard and adamant talking about the importance of closing this month hard. We're going into the second part of the year. Like it is really June 2021. And I'm super, adamant, and I'm really I really can't believe time is going by this fast. And guys, I want to, my job is to help you and make sure that you're along and you're aligned with your goals and what it is that you want to do. Because time go by so fast. Like I really cannot, but I'm like, yo, it's about to be June. I still have personal things that I'm working on over here, right? So I'm real like that. Like that's how real I am. So in the midst of me, driving that, prioritizing those certain things to you guys, I'm really focusing it on my personal life. Like I have some things that I should have done prior to now. Some of those may get done before June. Some may get done in July, August, September. Who knows? As long as the Lord bless me to breathe, I'm gonna be getting up and we're gonna be checking goals off the list. So it doesn't matter. The whole thing is to help you guys focus back on a target, stay grounded, and avoid all of the distractions. Have fun and live your life, but you don't need a lot. Like sometimes you guys go overboard. To each his own, but I'm really going super hard on that because I feel like that's a huge deal. If you're in business, if you have control of if you have sole control of your income, if you or a person that love your freedom, you play ahead of the game, you live by a schedule, you're focused on the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, then yes, you are a person that knows and understands the importance of, it's really June 2021. Where am I at? What am I doing? What do I need to get done? How can I hit this goal? And that's just the bottom line. So I feel like it's super important. If you're on the email list, I've sent out some things to help you guys reiterate and get back on track if you fell a little off track, or if you just need something to help you stay afloat. Check your emails. It's been a lot going on for the month of May. Um, and June, or before we close out the month, I want to do a recap. Like it has been a lot, had a lot of collaborations. The phone calls keep coming for, the end of this year all the way out to next year. I'm super excited about this stuff, guys. We had Miami, the meeting in Miami, the content creation, the photo shoot, all these things. I haven't even shared that stuff with you guys yet because we got some things coming up for July for Faith Family Finance anniversary and my birthday. So stay tuned for that. And then we had New Orleans. Met a young man in New Orleans that does trading, randomly at the restaurant. Connected with him. Stuff just be turning into like, yo, it's really don't be nothing but alignment. And then a random reach out from Philly for some mastermind things with some other ladies that's doing really dope stuff in my city. Of course, I'm going to collab on that. And then this morning, I randomly got a phone call. Was on a three-way call this morning with two beautiful, educated, phenomenal Muslim sisters. I think one is in Maryland and one is in Newark, New Jersey. I'm going to collab with them and be on their masterminds on their platform. They want me to come in and do the money management part of what it is they're bringing to their audience. Guys, listen, I just want to stress to you that when you add value, when you're educated, when you take your business serious, when you start to get results, when you have that confidence in you that you know what you're doing, you know who you are, When you add value to a room, when you add value to a person, when you add value to a whole situation, like people are going to come to you to take care of business. When you add value, this overflow is just like coming in. I told you guys I got in finance 2017. It's 2021. It took for COVID to hit for me to shift to social media full time and then be like, yo, I'm not playing with this thing no more. The need and the education, the want for the economic conversation was is just it's on full blast right now. I encourage you guys and I share with you guys what it is I have going on, not because I'm focusing on me and wanting to discuss me, because if you've been around, you know I use this platform. I teach sessions. like like I really go on like if you call my webinar is more intense, but on live broadcast, like I really teach on these Johns. So it's not about me at all, but I like to share different things that's going on because y'all know I share my story. You guys know where I came from, my situation, how I got back up out the hole and overcome all these things. And I just want to let you guys know and give you the courage and hope it inspires you to not take your feet off the gas. I don't care how big or small you think a situation is. If you think like, oh, I'm good, I got all the support in the world from my community, all of my family and friends, I'm doing good. That's fine. But I want you to know that waves do come to an end. So enjoy it while you're on that ride because it comes to an end. And especially if you're in business, I always emphasize to you guys, make sure you're building an email list. Don't be so dependent upon, the people that are around you or close to you that can come pick up, products and just come through for a service and all of that. Build your email list because it's going to be a time when these social medias black out. Some days they work, sometimes they don't. How will you stay connected with your audience and most importantly, converse with them with the relationship you built with them and still be able to offer them your products and services without physically being in front of them and still make the money to pay your bills, especially if you're living off your business. So I just encourage you guys. If nobody told you wherever you are, if I follow you, if I've seen anything that you have going on, I know it's a lot of amazing men and women, especially our Black culture on social media, people that I know personally that's really doing a damn thing right now. And I want to wish the best for everybody. I really, really do, because it's enough room and it's enough money for everybody. So I encourage you all to, it's okay wherever you're at. If you're serious, just take control of your life. And I promise the consistency will really, really change your life. And it is, more sunlight on the other side. It gets greater later. Like we don't we don't really want to understand that when you're in a struggle, but it's real. And I can speak for it and tell you guys, look at me, the regular person. It is a real thing. It's really life on the other side of the struggle. And I wanted to, for a little bit before I jump into some other things, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of forgiveness because I feel like um, a lot of the reason why we are stuck, I'm going to change that, not we, me in some areas, I'm not perfect, but me, I am stuck in a few areas, but not this particular one. So a lot of the reason why some of us are stuck in the box that we're currently in is because we have a lot of baggage that we're carrying. We're not letting go and forgiving the things of the past that have transpired in our life, the things that we're currently living with. We can't let stuff go. We are not forgiving. When you don't forgive and you carry grudge, I'll be first to tell you from a person that's been in and out of therapy for years since starting young. Now it's a consistent thing. I love my therapist, right? But I'm going to tell you the smallest basic thing that is so hard sometimes to do is forgiving. You have to forgive. I'm going to be all the way real and authentic. I'm going to lay some things on the line, and I really want you guys to listen to this, to open up, write a pen, get a pen and a piece of paper, write down the people that have hurt you in your life before. I don't care if it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago. Write down on a paper a list of people who you are allowing to currently hurt you right now, today, as we speak, right now. I don't care if it's your husband. Some people are sleeping with the enemy, literally. And you overlook that because you love the money that's coming through. You overlook that because you love the lifestyle. You overlook that because of so many things and you're so comfortable. Write down people that have hurt you in the past, people or things, and then write down what people or things that is currently until this day hurting you. You need to forgive them. You got to figure out who it is first. First, you got to own the fact that it's a problem. Secondly, you have to sit down with yourself and say, I deserve more than this. Thirdly, you have to be open to starting that shift of removal of grudgement. You have to start to forgive. I'm going to read this super powerful definition out to you guys. Forgiving is giving up the suffering of the past and being willing to force ahead with a greater potential for more freedom. The reward of letting go a painful past, there are powerful health benefits that go hand in hand with practices of forgiveness. And in my coaching groups, or just talking to a lot of people all the time and helping a lot of people, it's always it always comes up in the conversation that as in some shape or form, we're living with a lot of things in the past. We're operating a lot in the past, or we can't really seem to get ahead because of so much things currently going on that we allow to hold us back. And you can't let go those things one by one, right? To essentially get to where you need to be if you're not even open to the fact that this is what it is. If you can't even be real with yourself and say, this is what it is, this is what I need to do. You have to be real with yourself first. You have to be openly aware that this is the issue. Just say it. This is the issue. My past, mom not raising me, father in and out of jail. What is your past? What is the thing that hurt you that you're carrying for so long? Or what is that the one thing or things you have going on now today, currently in your life, that's stopping you from being the best you? Stopping you from operating and performing at the highest high you can? What are those things that stopping you from dreaming so big? What are those things that's having you feeling like you're sheltered in this corner, or like you're not really performing at your highest capacity? Like, I know I can do better than this. I know I am better than this. Like, what are those them things and them people? Always say, my dad told me this a long time ago. In the midst of me running the streets, partying, I'm from the hood, so we did a lot of things early, right? My dad used to always, especially when I had my son, this was my dad thing: people, places, and things. And I'm like, Dad, oh, all right, I'm gonna get it together. My son really had a village. He really does have the village now that I'm super, super excited and blessed about that for him. Um, my dad always said people, places, and things. And it's so very true. And I did not want to hear it or understand it, back in my early 20s, just wanting to live for the weekend and have a good job, make good money. I'm thinking I'm all that and ain't really doing nothing. Especially when I got to this other side and you get out of your environment and you start to get yourself. That's why I expressed to you guys the importance of when you're traveling, not just focusing on traveling, taking all these dope outfits and pictures and stuff on social media, which is fine, live your life. But the one thing that traveling does for me, it helps me dream so much more bigger because I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm in the way my mind think and I'm so focused on longevity 5, 10, 15 years from now, right? So when I'm in different places or rooms, even if it's a place I'm comfortable with, I'm always trying to see where the value is in that space, if that makes sense. It could be something as simple as when I was in Miami, downstairs in the lobby. I wanted to get out the room. I did some stuff. Like I don't want to sit on this phone. I'm not scrolling social media. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm like, go downstairs to the lobby. I want to get some coffee. I want to chill, right? The smallest thing of going downstairs in a hotel in Miami, people down there reading the newspaper, chilling by the pool. They're having business meetings. People are doing photo shoots. You got 5, 6 people behind the register taking care of the customers. Guys, I just look at things in the perspective of I want to know what all these people got going on. I want them to know me and know what I got going on, right? So I order coffee. I go have a seat in the lobby. A white guy sitting there, he's reading the paper, waiting for his wife to come down. They're headed out to breakfast, right? The smallest thing of a look to a person and grabs them a smile, even if it's a fake smile or a t-shirt with something on it, it starts conversation. You want to know who I learned that this white man was after having a conversation with him? He never said, I'm this, I'm that, none of that. It was regular conversation. We both out of town, drinking coffee, chilling in the lobby. At the end of all of this conversation, we talking about stocks. We're talking about stocks. We're talking about investing. Just was a real deep, crazy conversation, right? This guy got up and told me that he was part owner of an upcoming some type of company that they're transitioning from LA to Miami. I want you guys to understand that when you learn how much power that you have, when you learn to forgive and let so much stuff go, you bring a whole total different side out of you. Like I operate so different. Had I been walking around with a lot of grudge and pain on me, had I not been open to conversation with other people, especially our counterparts, right? Had I been just with a nasty face, broken hearted, just walking around looking so cold, right? Nobody didn't want to say nothing to you. I wouldn't have been open to that conversation as freely as I was with this guy that's sitting in front of me, damn near a billionaire, and never said nothing about who he was because he was just vibing with the conversation. It was regular. But those conversations and those random things when you're out of town, that's what you want. That's what you call building your network, meeting people through random conversation. You ain't always got to talk about business. I don't always meet people traveling talking about business. I meet girls or guys all types of places, and it may not be about business, but my conversation is so different, and I pour into other people, not even knowing them so easily because that's how I am. It's just a type of vibe. It's a connection, if that makes sense. So if you know me and you've been around me, then you know. So even the smallest things, you can be, I'm going to tell y'all this and it's going to hurt some people, but I'm going to say this one thing before I jump into this. You can book these trips. You can have the flyest of the gear in your luggage. You can have your makeup done, your lashes done, have the best wigs in your bag, the best expensive shoes, the nice clothes, the pocketbooks. You land in your city, you get to your hotel, clean yourself up, you go out at night, look real good. You can dress yourself up and play into this other person so very well. But this is the thing, you're fooling nobody but yourself. Because depending upon the people that you're in front of after you put on this image that you're trying to portray, because you're really hurt. I've done it. I know what it is. I posted a throwback in my story on IG, a picture from 2015. That was the year I hit rock bottom, and I had this crazy picture there. I was smiling. I was thinking like, "Oh, this is so pretty." And the caption was like something I was doing a photo shoot. I was baking or doing somewhere for something. Yo, that was the worst year of my life, and I looked so good. I just want to express to you guys that the people that are in front of you, sometimes, when we do that, when we go through that, a lot of people can read through it. Some people can't. Some people can tell when a smile is really a frown. And I know how to differentiate that now. It's through conversation. So you can have the hugest, you can have the biggest smile in the room. You can look the best in the room. But baby, my conversations be deep. I don't really just be chit chatting, meeting people about things that doesn't really matter, right? So if I start having a conversation with you, we gonna talk, and you're gonna start to feel vulnerable. You're gonna start to get emotional because you're gonna start to get exposed because I'm not. I don't do things like that. Like, oh, but I wish that people done it to me when I was going through it. But I really think nobody do. Like sometimes the closest people to you, they might be like, okay, you're a little bit off, whatever the situation, da 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 da. Coach Cat is like she had a similar situation. We do and we don't talk about it. So I'm just saying this to you guys, like, we can do all of the things that we want to do to cover up these grudges and this pain and all of these things that we have in us. We can do all of the superficial things to cover up and portray this image of not what's really real, but you really know you have to tackle it. You have to say, I gotta figure this thing out. This shit is weighing me down. You have to. You gotta, and I said it, the three things, and I'm gonna get off of this. You gotta be real with yourself first. After be real with yourself. This is what it is. I gotta do something. I'm tired. You have to be sick and tired of being tired. And then secondly, I would say, sit down and write. I said it earlier. Who are the people that hurt you in the past of the pain you're still carrying? You may not like to eat Spanish food because you had an ex-boyfriend that loves Spanish food. So, oh, I don't want to go there. That makes me think about him. Child, grow up. It is 2021. Who cares? Right? So, right? All of the people in the past that have hurt you. And then this is the deep one, Coach Cat. You listening? Write down on that same page, fold it in half, and write down who are the people that you're allowing to hurt you currently today. We say we don't have them, but we really do. So the first thing is admitting that somebody is hurting you or you are still allowing that pain to be there. Secondly, you got to figure it out. So, am I ready to really tackle my life? Nobody can force you. You can listen to motivation and conversation all the time. Nobody can force you. You have to be ready. And then, yes, it's time to be real with ourselves. And then thirdly, just do what the necessary is to get out of that situation. Um, I would encourage that the thing that you would need to do, even before you latch onto somebody else that pours and motivates you, the first thing that you need to do is get close to yourself. Um, get closer to your Lord, whoever it is, whatever spiritual thing, if it's God, if you're a Christian, whatever it is that you do. If you're Muslim, get in tune with your Lord first. Seek God first and faith first. And then secondly, that's when I would suggest that you're like, okay, I'm cool with this. Maybe, I'm open to going around other people and having this conversation. I need to talk and get some things out. Then I would say the second thing would be to vibe or connect with a group of like minds so that you can totally understand that 9.99% of the time, you're not the only one going through these things. You just haven't connected with that community, but people are going through stuff every day. So the forgiveness, guys, once you learn to forgive and get a lot of pain off of you, I feel like we definitely start operating different. And then I related to, it's definitely mindset. And then I related to the money. Once you can learn to get rid of all these, get rid of this pain, you start to think different, you start to move different, you become more creative and open minded, you start to imagine more things for your life, you want more things for your life, you start to dream bigger. You get comfortable being around other people that's doing these things now. Your conversation with your children and your immediate family is different because you're this different person. You're a total different person. So the thing that I want to do is encourage you guys to let go of the pain. And it's one thing that I have in a financial planner that I really, really live by. And people are like, you need to put that on a shirt because I always say that, right? I always say two things. I always say life happened because life always happened. It's always, life is always going to happen. Take control of your mind when you understand how to attack the problem. Is no longer as deep of an issue as it would be when you're in so much toxic and you're so drained and burnt out. And a second thing in mindset and money game prayer that I always say too is let your pain create a paycheck. Let your pain create a paycheck. So I was always listening to ET, but it's crazy. I always say this, and then ET always say, I be having him real loud at the house, right, guys? I love our motivational stuff, but ET always say, "You've been through all of this pain. Why stop now? Get a reward from it. You've been through so much. This is deep. You've been through so much pain already. Why stop now? Get a reward from it." And it's so crazy because what I even have on my mirror in my bathroom, I always say, turn your pain into a paycheck. That's what I've learned to do. Because through all of the pain, my personal stuff that I've experienced and what I come from, mom not raising me, dad around, then he not around, different situations, coming up in the hood, not being allowed to be as emotional and vulnerable. That's what got me into journaling, right? So the thing was for me, a lot of those things were pain. So the way that I shifted the pain into paychecks was really getting to know who I am. Like, okay, all of these things hurt you. 2015, you hit rock bottom, you got a repossession, all of these things hurt you. You messed up your finance back end because you just had lack of education, right? All of these things hurt you. It hurts so much. You got to start from square one, dig yourself out of all these holes. Struggle hurts. Struggle is pain. Turn it into a paycheck. Stop allowing, it has to be a cutoff point when you're going to allow the outside world and these people and these things continuously drain you. Turn your pain into a paycheck. Yes, let your pain create a paycheck. For me, the reason that I am like, I don't play when it comes to being a mother. I don't play when it comes to being a leader and a role model, first and foremost. Well, when my son was home, inside my home, right? Is because they watch us and look up. My 16-year-old don't even live with me. But the way his brain works and his drive and his passion, and he dreams so big, baby, the things that he got going on and what he want to do, he keeps me motivated, and he all way in Philly. I still be on the tip like, yo, this boy's, he on it. And I don't even have no room for no slack. And the reason that I've become so adamant about this motherhood thing and building this empire and this legacy for my son is because I want to be, I not want, my mindset was like, I'm going to be and do all of the things for him that I didn't have. But most importantly, I never want him to feel the pain that I experienced. I never want him to feel that. So I knew from the rip that I had to operate at a way higher vibrate so that I would not let him experience it because I know it hurts so bad. And I've been through it and I'm like, hurt me, don't hurt him. So that was a big deal for me. So that's the thing right there. When people ask me about why, it would definitely be my son. It will be my son first. People say that it should be us first and then our children. I don't know, but I just starting to feel like this cold world that we live in and it's so, mean and cruel, all these things. Like I just feel like it's him first because I'm just always like, do the necessary to make sure that he's okay if you're not here. But then I have to, I gotta say too, I'm a believer of a law. I gotta say, I do my prayers. I gotta say, a law will provide, protect, him. So I'm kind of like, I know law's going to protect you, but it's that motherly thing where I'm like, I gotta stick to the plan, right? Because this boy is going. So that would be my why for me, and then the back end of the pain part would be from my mom not raising me, and it would be that's what made me go so hard to want to be so much better than what I had from my biological mom because I don't want my son to experience that pain that I felt. And I'm 37 years old and I still dip and dab in and out sometime of a lot of pain. So I know I'm never going to allow him to experience that. So me just like be the perfect role model, be a mother, let him communicate. We could be friends, but it's rules. You know what I'm saying? So your why has to be very, very, very strong. Your why has to be on point. And Et says this too. His past was his mom not telling him for a long time who his father was. He was thought that his stepfather was his father, the guy that she married. But he grew up 12, 13 years old to know that it wasn't his biological dad. He ran away from home, living in abandoned buildings, eating out of trash cans at the age of 15, 16 on the street. I can't even imagine it, but that's his story. So he turned the relationship that him and his mother had after the situation into a whole book. He turned all of those things, like he openly talks about all these things. So, guys, whatever your pain is, whatever it is that you're fighting with, it may be an abusive relationship. I've been divorced too. And sadly to say, the divorce wasn't, it's not pain. It doesn't bother me the way that this motherhood thing do. And my past pain of my mother and all of these things, right? And just, being focused on making myself be a better woman per se. So the divorce doesn't even bother me, but I talk about that a lot too. And the divorce made me learn a lot of different things. It was a learning curve. So and it's not as easy to let people back into your life, talking about that trust and all of that, which is a whole nother conversation. But and to be all the way honest, I kind of feel like for me, the trust factor with men, my therapist said this too, it stems from that trust factor from my mother and that feeling that abandonment and all of those things coming up. Even though I was very well taken care of, my godmother raised me very, very, coming up, it was what it was. I had a good life. I can't complain about nothing, but it was always those other things in the back that wasn't talked about. And then coming up, you weren't really talk about stuff that wasn't on the forefront per se. Like you just kind of had to go with the flow, right? So for me, the trust issues, with the men and feeling like, oh, you're around and you're not around. It's the abandonment stuff from a childhood, from my mother, where she started doing that stuff when I was a little girl. That's the same abandonment issues that I have, or I'm afraid to get close to somebody because I feel like, how long you gonna be around? So I'm laughing about it, but it's real. And it's stuff that I'm working on. So everybody's not perfect, but I want to I just want you guys to understand. Learn to forgive. Start every day, day by day, in some type of forgive. Get you some notebooks and stuff and start writing down stuff. This one is work hard and stay humble. I'm actually working on doing another book too for you guys and another different project, but it just all come from writing. You guys gotta, however it helps you to be therapeutic, to be real with yourself. I'm gonna close this out. I didn't even get into the money part. Coach Kat says she's working on abandonment issues as well. Guys, people are, listen, y'all be like, I'll be talking about stuff and people like, oh my God, like I talked about repossession. And like, yes, I help my clients get results. I help my clients get to the bag. I help my clients shift mindset in a comfortable setting where we live life and help people and do the damn thing and have fun. But everybody got a pass. 2015, yes, I hit rock bottom. I had a repossession. Yes, I did. I know how to switch life. You want to know how to fix your credit to get a car after repossession, be a homeowner after repossession, understand that you're still the bomb after life happens. Yes. People be like, you be listen, y'all favorite people that y'all look up to don't even be authentic, but y'all love them because of what they wear. And y'all love them because of the places that they be and all that kind of stuff. That's why, like, it's super important to just be you. And whoever is for you and whoever is your tribe and your audience is going to be. Don't force nothing, guys. Just be real and be yourself. But most importantly, you have to be comfortable and you have to be 100% okay with the backlash or being open to putting yourself on the forefront and sharing your shortcomings in order to help another person. After you've created a solution and help yourself, it's like, okay, now I can talk about this because I can help some other people. I didn't figure this thing out. Now I'm on the next level. So let me help some people that's been through this or currently going through it right now. So you got to be comfortable in who you are. Turn your pain into a paycheck, and however you see fit. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we're going to do a full setup money management. I'm going to share with you guys what's on a webinar for next month. I'm going to share with you guys a couple of secrets of what's going on for July for Faith, Family, and Finance. This 5-year anniversary, and then my birthday month as well. Some giveaways, a meetup. It's a lot of things that's going on in Charlotte. So I'm gonna share with you guys some stuff tomorrow morning about. I'll give you guys a little bit of deets after deets, but if you make sure you're on the email list because I'll keep sharing it more on the email list. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Do not forget to consistently say your prayers and say your affirmations. Spend responsibly. It's the weekend. Make sure you're tracking your progress. Pay your bills on time and keep building your credit. Have an amazing